Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin here from Starfresh Personal Training, and I'm just stuck in traffic in the morning, so I thought I'd do a very quick video for you guys. So I'm on my hands free, okay? So I'm being safe, and I'm not driving anywhere anyway. So today's video is about the right advice at the wrong time, and what you find is that everybody is, has got their own sort of perspective on how to lose weight and get fit, and a lot of the time, there's many roads to weight loss. There isn't one thing that fits all, and there's no one best thing to do everything. I've tried dozens of different ways to do it, different diets, different workout protocols, and they all work they all do okay. The one thing that overrides all those things is consistency. If you do things consistently, as I've spoken about, you're going to do really well. But I'm going to talk about the right advice at the wrong time. So let's just say maybe you've got 30 or 40 kilos to lose, okay? Now, science will tell you that the high intensity interval training will help you burn fat faster than steady state cardio. Now, that is right advice. But it's at the wrong time for somebody that has that much weight to lose and that isn't fit. Because if I was to program a massive high intensity workout for somebody that overweight and unfit, there'd probably be a couple of things going on. They wouldn't be able to get past maybe a minute of exercise, because 30 seconds of a high intensity exercise would probably really be painful. It would potentially cause a huge bunch of issues, with regards to injuries. Like you may get, if your knees and hips and ankles aren't strong enough, you're going to really hurt yourself. The fact it's going to be so difficult, it might make you sick, it might make you feel you're going to pass out. But psychologically, it's going to be so hard and painful that you're never ever wanting to do this again. So, on the other hand, I've got a client, Sam, who's been on the channel before, who is supersonic fit, and for him, high intensity interval training is exactly what he needs to get his goals, and it's the right advice at the right time for him. He does some really, for a lot of people, it'd be gut-wrenching exercises, but he does them and he can do them and he gets fitter by doing it. Sorry about the glare there. But for him, let's say, if I was to give him 1 hour of walking on the treadmill, then that would be the right advice at the wrong time for him, because his goals are not that, and for an hour walk for him would be nothing. And you've got to really understand that. So when we're looking at that food as well, okay, people will advocate paleo diets and all those sort of things and ketos, and they all have their place, in the fat loss world, and they all work to their degree. But if you're somebody that, let's just say, doesn't like meat, for argument's sake, or you're a vegetarian, or you really, really struggle to get protein in your diet, and for you to switch over to a paleo diet would be the hardest thing in the world, because it's something you're not used to. And therefore it could be the right advice, but it could be the wrong time for you. And you really got to pick and choose and really understand what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it in the first place. Now, there's been a study done recently by Examine.com where they talk about there's absolutely zero difference in reducing fat or reducing carbs on the effect of fat loss. What trumps everything is calories in versus calories out, and this is something that I teach to my clients, because ultimately I would not recommend you do this. But if you were to eat, let's just say your calorie intake is 2,000 calories a day. If you were to eat 1,500 calories of chocolate every single day, you'd lose weight, because you're eating fewer calories than you need. Therefore, you lose weight. It's calorie balance. It's not healthy at all, and I wouldn't suggest doing it. But people don't realize that, and they will try and do the small things. They'll try and cut out a teaspoon of sugar, or they will try and cut out a little bit of chocolate, and then they'll have massive cheat days at the end of the week. And it doesn't work because you're focusing on the small things too much. So what you need to do is just focus on the big things, okay? Where are you going to get the biggest bang for your buck? And that's simply, as I always talk about, track your calories. Get your calories right, and everything else becomes easier. Then once you get, so that's the right advice at the right time for you guys right now if you're really overweight, or even if you just got quite a few kilos to lose. You don't have to be massively obese for this. that's the right advice at the right time, because once you get your calories in check, everything else becomes easier. Then you can tweak your protein, then you can tweak your carbs and your fat and your fibers. But just get the big thing done first if weight loss is your goal. Everything else comes from that. It's just like, you know, climbing a ladder, as I've spoken of before, you know, you go one rung at a time. And the biggest kind of domino, if you like, to hit over is get your calories right. And once you get that right, everything becomes easy. And, you know, that's pretty much what you need to do. So always think about it. You know, yes, it might be the right advice, but is it the right time for you? Because a lot of times it's the right advice at the wrong time. And I'll give you one more analogy. Squatting, let's say, is perfect. If a squat pattern is brilliant, you should always do a squat. Very, very important for your lower leg strength and you know, and functionality. But let's just say you've got a bad knee, you've got a knee issue, okay, and you can't actually do a squat. Well, it's the right advice at the wrong time for you, because you know, somebody will say you go do squats to get your quad strength back. But if you can't physically do a squat because your knee's so bad or you got pain, then it isn't the right advice for you. Therefore, you need to do something else, like a straight leg lift or a wall squat or something static just to build, or cycling. And everything has its place. So you need to basically be able to understand the advice that you're being given, and then put it through kind of your own filter, and is it going to be applicable for you? And that is what you need to do. And if you do that, you are going to be far more successful than taking someone's advice on face value and running with it. Because at the end of the day, you know, you don't want this journey to be painful. It doesn't have to be painful or difficult. You just need to find something that works for you. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Didn't want to ramble on too much, but like I said, as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a subscribe, a like, and a comment. Really, really appreciate it. Let us know what it is that you actually need, and I'll try and do a video on that. So, like I said, guys, start afresh. If you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.